Welcome to part 3 of the video titled Open Challenge to Murex FXD. FXD stands for FX derivatives. Now, this is the last part. I would like to challenge Murex because of the fact that as we speak, the big hedge funds of the globe, the high frequency traders, the big players, the depository financial institutions, the top insurers, and all, they are moving from first generation option to second generation option. And if I look at the 10K of big banks like Goldman and HSBC, then one thing which is very clear is that they have hierarchy level, which is as per US GAAP 157. In IFRS, this is IFRS 3 and multiple. Now, it's also an evidence that the big banks are taking the option contracts where a considerable part is non-observable variable. Now, I'm not going to be defining what the hell is non-observable variable, because non-observable variable is defined many times by my video. Now, Murex, who claimed to be a king in TMS, Treasury Management System, and whenever you upload a video, they send you a notice because this is their USP, unique selling proposition, so that the globe will never get to know the true realities of Murex. Now, I would like to challenge Murex, specifically talking in non-deliverable currencies. 24 non-deliverable currencies, which includes Indian rupee, Chinese yuan, Philippines peso, Malaysian ringgit, Russian ruble, and many. Whether these non-deliverable currencies are priced appropriately in Murex. Now, when I'm using a word price, I mean to say the pricing is not coming from financial data reference provider. Now, what the hell is financial data reference provider? Which is either Bloomberg or Reuters. Although there are interpretation issues as far as their valuation methodologies are concerned. It's highly shame that on one side the world claims to be on artificial intelligence, machine learning, probably NLP and all these fancy words, but when it comes to foreign exchange valuation, we are still 200 years back. And I hardly seen anyone challenging these institutions. And I keep repeating my words on the social media that mark to market accounting, which is MTM. Now, when I say MTM, I mean L1, L2, L3, all three. Mark to market accounting is one of the biggest and organized fraud by the accounting firms, because 99.99% investors never look at these figures. They only look at EPS, which is earning per share. More importantly, 99% investor even do not know how to compute hedge accounting, which standard of hedge accounting comes into picture, so on and so forth. Anyways, now if I go with this article, I would like to again repeat that the fundamental review of the trading book, as mentioned by Murex expert, is not correct, because fundamental review of trading book is all about the trading book and banking book. The bifurcation is very clear. so would be the valuation, and movement cannot be from one side to another. Secondly, if I go with these articles, they refer a fancy word which is called FXD, which is always a fancy word in our world, foreign exchange world. But how many FXD products you are covering? That's very important. You must be thinking that, you see, I have make a notes. Whenever I make video, I make a notes out of it. Now, if I go, like the barrier options, like the quant options, like the ratchet options, like the basis swaps, and there are a hell lot of products. How do you pricing it? That's a more important thing. Another important thing which I would like to highlight, and that's very important for TMS nowadays. Unfortunately, no one will raise the voice, but I do, which is hedge accounting. Today, I might price a plain vanilla call, or probably I might price plain vanilla put. But this is of no use because, of course, pricing is subject to interpretation issue from where the hell pricing is coming. That's more important. But having said that, after pricing, the most important thing which is coming in the picture is the accounting. So let's take a very simplistic example. If today Goldman Sachs, whether it is their client book or it is their proprietary book, whatever positions they are taking, that's supposed to be accounted in the books. It is not that Goldman keep taking the position, keep booking the losses or probably the profit, and no accounting is done. No, not at all. This is not possible. Accounting has to be done. Now, when accounting has to be done, it to be done using a standard principle, which is known as hedge accounting. Now, hedge accounting is as per US GAAP, as per IFRS. Both are completely different. And I'm not going to be elaborating this in the video I did many times on earlier videos. Do Murex have the capability to price first generation, second generation, third generation FXD products, FX derivatives? When I say FX derivatives, please be careful. Don't just go to currencies because I know the strength of Murex. Secondly, do Murex have the capability to do the hedge accounting piece? Because that's more important. Because until I do the hedge accounting, because guys, hedge accounting is dependent on valuation. Valuation is not dependent on hedge accounting. That's very important. You need to learn. Since valuation is not dependent on hedge accounting, vice versa is true. So if there is a bips flaw, I repeat, one bips flaw in the hedge accounting, in the valuation piece, it may end up either on the debit or the credit side of the P&L, which would hit your EPS, earning per share, whether it is diluted EPS, basic EPS, or the fancy, which is called adjusted EPS. This is really very important. But if you look at these kind of articles, which are available in the public domain, you feel like Murex is one of the finest treasury management system in the universe. Not in the world, universe. I haven't touched TRF. I haven't touched DCDs, dual currency deposits, and there are a hell lot of things which it's pending to touch. But one thing is very, very clear to me. My understanding of treasury management system is beyond books. And these paid articles, paid not because of money, paid means the content is not completely verified. These paid articles is not going to deter me. Now, this is the second challenge which we are throwing before Murex. probably in the later stages, we would be throwing more challenges to Murex. But one thing is very clear and straightforward, which is as the world is moving to LIBOR transition, as the world is moving to, I would say, the many new benchmarks are coming. We have Russia-Ukraine war, a huge volatility is happening in the non-deliverable currency pairs. Treasury management systems, TMS, cannot be a legacy based product. And if you're thinking that TMS may end up being a legacy based product, then I'm extremely sorry, because it cannot be a legacy based product. And when I say legacy based product, I am not referring to customization, because customization is a completely different thing, and I'll talk about this in a later stages. At the end, I would like to challenge the Murex once again, and the so-called Murex expert. I don't know what the name of that gentleman or a lady. If you have the guts, if you have the technical knowledge, if you have the fundamental skills, if you really believe you deserve to call yourself a TMS, Treasury Management System, then my number is +91 9899 978. I repeat, +91 9899 978. Have a great time ahead. Thank you.